Raiders, we have a problem. Security lockers, are they even nerfed? Matriarch, nowhere to be found. Stella Montis, they changed it. And how do we do locked gate? What do we get out of it? Stick around to the end so you can find out all that info and see the crazy ending to the locked gate. All right, before we get into the locked gate event on Space Gate here and showing you exactly where all the cards are, let's talk about the update that just dropped. There are some issues with this update. It is the first major update for the game. So there's going to be a little bumps in the road, but I have all the faith in Embark fixing that. Matriarch is nowhere to be found. There was the minor event where it was supposed to show up on Blue Gate, and for about a whole hour, people were looking for it. On Discord, Osen, one of the community leads there, said it is a bug. The team is looking into it. Matriarch should show up on Blue Gate there. Next one was Stella Montis. Combining all your materials, a community event to unlock it. After about an hour of the game being updated, we were already at 8%, moving way too quickly, so they upped the amount of materials. We are about 5 hours into the update right now as of the time of this recording, and we are at 2%. So, which is probably a good thing. Lets people that are at work or can't hop on right away to experience that, get those merits for plugging in all those materials, and then be able to experience that. Probably will unlock in a couple days. There were a lot of rumors over the past couple days about security lockers being nerfed. It was nowhere in the patch notes until about a couple hours after the update. Also on Discord saying that this they were giving loot out that was way too valuable. Probably a good nerf. The patch notes are now updated, showing that there is a nerf on that. Venator, there is also talk about the Venator getting nerfed in the near future. They are taking that to the team. The team is aware of it, and they are working on something there. Let's get into the locked gate event now. There's 4 key cards on screen where you have to go around to different spots around Blue Gate. If you want a refresher on where these cards are, you can head over to the gate control room just south of the warehouse complex. Here you will be entering in all those key cards into here. Be careful, there's quite a bit of arc around here. There'll probably be a lot of other raiders around here, some PvP, but you're gonna get these security codes at 4 places around the map. You got reinforced reception right here. That's kind of in the northwest northern section of the map. We're also going to go to Ancient Fort, which is in the southeast part of the map. You can see here. And then if you go across the room, you'll see where you put the other 2 security codes. We are going to go to Pilgrim's Peak, which is in the northwest part of the map, and Raiders Refuge in the western part of the map. For Pilgrim's Peak, you're going to go up the zipline, not down. Just as a tip, look up and it'll send you up the zipline. Don't go all the way quite to the top. Search around. Most of these security codes are just in random, ordinary containers, lockers, different looting aspects like this. This one I found in the red locker over here. As you can see, looks like a brown piece of paper. It says Pilgrim's Peak security code. I think there's only one of these for the entire map. Luckily, I was pretty early on into this, and I was able to try to find all 4 here. Going over to reinforced reception, a lot of these areas have Rocketeers roaming around. They have Snitches roaming around. They have Hornets roaming around. There's a couple other surprises you'll see when I leave these areas. They got turrets set up, but I didn't know how big this place was going to be, but the zip lines and elevator shafts are blocked off, so I didn't have to search too far, just in this small little area. I breached this radiator here, didn't find much of anything, but then as I go down and around and breach and search one of these trash cans, then I end up finding this security code. Pretty simple, just mixed in there with the loot right there in the trash, and on to my next adventure. Hey, you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a lot, and I would appreciate it. And I appreciate you. See you topside. So I begin to start heading over to Raiders Refuge. Got to watch out for a Rocketeer that's right over my head. I'm going to scroll down this path and boom, get smoked by a mine. I wasn't really sure what that was at first. Maybe PvP. The guy had laid it down there and never really seen PvE mines. So I heal up. I am on a free loadout. And this does really make things complicated later on in this video. All right, so I make it over to Raiders Refuge. There's a Rocketeer kind of up to my right. There's a snitch scanner there. So got to hurry up inside here. Wasn't really sure if I was going to play the puzzle game here, interact with a bunch of stuff, where I was going to loot. Didn't see a whole lot of stuff. Then I saw this container back here behind this bush. So I tried to reach and search this container since there's not a whole lot of lootable stuff going on around here. And what do you know, I find it right here, Raiders Refuge security code. So I got 3 out of the 4. Now I got to make the long trek across the map to go get Ancient Fort to see what's over there. So I start heading over there and what do you know, I hit another mine. I'm on a free loadout. I have limited medical supplies. Now I have to make my way over here. All right, I make it over to Ancient Fort here. Don't really have to do a puzzle, and I'm also blind as bad as I walk right over this mine and it explodes. And then I look around, almost walk over this one too, but end up shooting this one. Luckily, I remember that I have the in-raid crafting. Super vital if you have a free loadout, because I am struggling for health throughout this entire thing. So there's another player here. Thank goodness he doesn't try fighting me because I am very weak. He also so happens to be looking for the security codes, and you can't really find this one. So I'm wondering, maybe this is part of the puzzle. So most of this fort is pretty much looted. I just got done looting the bottom part. That was already looted. Most of this is looted, but there's one storage container that has not been looted. And what do you know? The security code is right there. So now I have all 4 security codes. Need to make my way back to the gate control room with all 4 security codes, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, I'm making back to the gate control room. Figure this will be pretty easy. Just got to throw these codes in, and I see all kinds of fireballs. And I'm already low on meds because I'm doing the free loadout. So I run out here, try to shoot these fireballs. I don't have heavy ammo, so I need to wait till they open up, and then I can shoot them. So I make pretty quick, easy, light work of these fireballs. Get them all shot. So that's the little trick. Make sure they open up. Also remember, within round crafting, power cells dropped by a lot of arcs are good for shield crafters, and then a lot of fabric for your bandages. I got to take care of one turret here, but it is like perfectly positioned behind this light. And I have a light ammo stitcher, which is not very good. When I was running up here, there's hornets on the other side of the building too. So, and there's a Rocketeer up to my left there. So I guess once you get all the key codes, this place becomes heavily armored with arc. I didn't really want to run around to the other side of the building because those hornets were there. I'm currently trying to look for power cells to regen my shield. And to make it even worse, I have 5 bullets in my stitcher. So that would be just my luck that I would have all 4 codes on my body for the entire lobby, and then I died to a turret on the wall. So now I gotta think. I have nothing. I have a blaze grenade. I'm gonna try to use that, and we'll see how that works. And it does not stick to the wall, so that does not work. So now I gotta figure something out. So I remember I can loot these fireballs and get their burners off of them. So I sneak up on this turret, throw it. They do stick to the wall and it destroys it. So there's no more arcs around here. So now I have to go around to each one of these computers. I have all 4 codes. I can enter in these codes and see what happens next. I have no idea what's going to happen. Basically, the only things that say for this lock gate event is to go around and find these codes. Luckily, they were actually pretty easy to find. Everybody was pretty friendly. I'm surprised I didn't run into more people though, and trying to team up. Now it says outer gates are now opening. Attention, all raiders. Makes a really loud noise and the gates start opening. Not really sure which ones. If I could read my map, it says right in the middle of the map that it says outer gates. And I can hear the gates opening underneath me here. And as I go looting around, I also realize that these are the only gates that open to the underground. I try to escape later on, going up some zip lines, some ladders, and everything is blocked off on the other end. So when you try to escape later on, please make sure that you are coming back out of these gates. There's a lot of bastions down here, a lot of bombardiers, not a whole lot to do, or it does, at least it doesn't say what to do, but there's some high tier loot down here now. Once those gates are open, there is high value loot down there now. And the maintenance wing to the right is high value, and the security wing to the left is high value. All right, we skipped ahead to the end now. Not a whole lot going on in the middle part of that video. It's just a bunch of me looting, and I don't want to waste your time. So I'm extracting with about a minute and a half left. I see a down raider there. I see a bunch of hornets, bunch of wasps. There's a rocketeer flying around. I have like absolutely barely any healing, I barely any ammo, and I'm just getting swarmed. So my goal here is, I know I hit that extract. Even if I get downed, I can crawl into it. So I just want to, if I do get down, I want to make sure it's at the last possible moment. So I can crawl into there. It's pointless to start shooting, because I'm not going to kill all of these arcs here because I have no healing left. And I'm hoping that that other raider that's already downed has enough health and can stay downed until we open it up. Remember, there is the augment that you do heal yourself if you are in the down state. Hopefully they have that augment. Thought this was going to open up a little quicker. It does down me though, but I am able to crawl in. I'm glad that that person was down, and they didn't shut it on me, that they were crawling very slow too, and we were able to escape and complete the locked gate event. Let me know if you've tried this, what you think about the new update and what you're excited about in the next month down in the comments.